Hi, back again, next house. So this time we'll make the next house on the street is that house here. You see the roof, and that is the entrance. And you see that will be a little bit more work than the other times before. So we want to start at mesh circle, rotate x 90 degrees, bring it in front, scale down, edit mode, B border selection, delete the downwards, that is what's left. That we scale set a little, and then bring these two guys down by extruding. So that should be our door entrance like you would. So that's the base object, so Shift D. Now you see it has here rounded parts, so that means we take them all and extrude them out. And now we need here round stuff, so that means we extrude again and scale that a little. Switch like that. Must look that is all exactly. Then we can bring the Control R new loop in and scale again. And with them we want to make now the roundness. So we take Control B to bevel mode, we get the influence area and roll the mouse. So we see we have now that round part with smooth. It looks perfectly round. Then we take the next part, so extrude again. Then extrude again. Bring that more out. Here comes the second round stuff, so we can Control R, make the loop again in, and scale that. So we have only to Control B, move and roll. So that should be that part. We have that rounded stuff there 2 times, and the rest is history. Extrude scale again for the outer part where the stones come round there later. And what we see, we got here these problems there. That means we have to bring them all here and scale set 0. So we have a straight line there, down there. Yeah. But as you've seen, we get here shading arrows, so we must Control R, make the loop down there to hide this shading arrows there. Good. So we have now that mystery form. It's very huge, I would say. And we want to make them a little bit less. So scale X, make it a little smaller. So we have that left. Good. Now we need to make that all straight line. It is banded and we can handle banded stuff. So with circle selection we delete the bottom edges completely. And when we now go here to the UV image editor and we take here this whole thing and you unwrap project from view, you see we get that here. But that should be a line so that we can texture them easy. So we get here the plus, and that is a add-on. You can install that, files, user preferences, and then the add-on. It's called UV squares, and that makes banded things straight. So when we make that, you see now it is a line, and that is perfectly for texturing. So when we get now material 6, so we go there and take here material 6. This is stone material, and I must check here which direction we can scale up or down or whatever else. We go back here because that unwrap is too small at the sides, and I'll try here now each one. No, that makes no sense for me. So we go another way. We take each one. That is the error. Topology is another than they should. So yeah, it don't loops there. So we must mark that all manually. That can't be right or horrible. Why that topology is destroyed? I don't understand that. So object, apply, rotation, scale. Take the whole thing, you unwrap, and then make it to straight line. Now it has a function. Yeah, it was you must before make a normal an unwrap, not an unwrap from you. That scratch it. Okay, now we can scale. Then we can rotate that 90 degrees, and then we have that part that we need. That is this door with these stones lined here. Why it is so straight here, you will ask. That is because that lines must be horizontal, and that is the problem there. So we can take here a line and scale set 0, then you see it corrects it in straight lines. Rotate, scale set 0. So when you do that with all parts to the perfection, then you have later the perfect door there. We see that here is a little bit too big inside of that there, so we can take here width selection with background selection, get a circle selection, and then we bring that here a little bit near. Then we have the same size like the other there. That the same we'll make here on this side. A little bit back. And we come near to that. Good. We have done one of these doors there. We only have to get here this one and get the back. So here normally you need again the stone material. So you take here this loop and say you unwrap, and then you can scale that down here, rotate again, rotate 90, and scale, and then you have also here this stone effect, and when you handle it good, it will perfectly fit. Good, that was that. Then we see there is a massive door there that looks not so easy. And here, I will set that here. That is not good, so we bring them more there. Yeah, looks better. Here we have to do the same. It's too far from an even topology. So that is done. But I think 3 times. I don't know. I think it's sometimes a little bit big. But who cares? File save. So at next we make the door. So we start. Add mesh plane. Rotate x90. Scale down. Bring in the front. Then edit mode, extrude scale. Then extrude to the Y. So we got here a little depth. Then we take the outer line and extrude them again. So we got that. Then we extrude again, extrude scale. To get that. Then we only need here to bring that down. Extrude, bring it there. And you see the last one is thicker. So extrude, bring it to the Y, extrude, bring it down. That is that. Here we have to go a little bit higher, so we simply make that a little bit longer. Then we see here comes the first window in. So we need here 2 loops, Control R, make 2 loops, scale X to bring them more to the side. Then we have here this complete line that we extrude to the top. Then this glass middle one needs to be a singular one. So we take that here and P separate selection. Now that is a singular one. And we can extrude them. So that is our class. And we have it there, a little bit behind. So we can get here this one and take the inner part here and extrude them back. So as we've seen, we have here this crosses into. So we take here one face, Shift D, bring it in the middle, scale X to make it smaller, and then we extrude them, E to extrude, bring them a little back. So we have one of them, and we need the other ones there. I think that are 3. So we take that, Shift D, rotate Y90. scale X. We need 3 of them. So Shift D and Shift D again. That are these 3 spike cylinder. Then we take the whole one top and make them a little bit deeper. Don't want to have it such long. We have to do that with the class 2. So then we can join both together. But before we do that, we see here the door is too thin. So we need complete side and extrude them back. And sure, for here we need a longer one to build the side of the door there. And here we have to do the same. Take that one and extrude to the Y. Then get the last both and bring them there. You can merge them now normally to get the 1 point and not 2 points. But I don't do that, so good. You see the class is a little bit away. So bring them a little bit near and then we join them both together. So you may ask, how should we make that bended the bended cut there, yeah? And that I show you now. I think all in all we scale that in X a little. Then as you see it is 4 of them. So Shift D 2, Shift D 3 and 4. So that is what we got there. Shift D to make a duplicate, bring it to the side. File, save. Now we want to cut there. So we take that roundness as a cutting object. That means we take here the last part and Shift D, make a duplicate, P to separate the selection, then object mode, and we have the original size, and that we bring here over and scale them up so that it fits their complete. That is there. So then we take here all with A and extrude scale. So we have that. Bring that a little up and take all and extrude that backward. So we have the cutting object now. That means we have to join this all 4 together. Then object, apply rotation scale of the object. The same you must do with the cutting object. So object, apply rotation scale. Now we bring the cutting object over our window stuff there, door window stuff. And now we take a boolean for that. So we go to the white one and the cutting object name is circle 3. So cutting window object, modify a boolean, here it is circle 3 and it should be the difference, apply. Well, we now get them away. You see it's perfect rounded cut it here. And so we have that what we need. We only need here to build now yeah, a little space between there. That means when we disable background selection, look from the straight front. You see what we get here. Can optimize that all, that's not the problem. But we want to make first another thing. So we take here all this part here. So there is a tool that called loop tools. Where it is. I must short look file, user preferences, loop tools, there it is. I activate that. It is only there, he said, in toolbar special keys. So special key is press W, and then you should have here the tools, he say, but I don't see them here really. Relax. So we try relax. Wow, never seen such shitty relax. No, that is not the way. I know the other loop tools that was here. That was much easier as that here, but we have no other chance. So I must think about that short. We must now get here a second cut. Good. So we take the cutting object again and scale them. So we go here to solid mode. Take the cutting object that was cut out there. Here that is missing. I don't know why that is missing there. Okay, well, we will see. So we scale it down to the size of the frame here, and then take that line here, Shift D, P to separate the selection, and now we have the circle there. We first click the original object, then the cutting object, and then we take here, where is it? I must close that all here. It frustrates me. Cut from view, where is it? Snap tool, spool tool. Where is the shit? I know that is there. Fuck it outside. Knife projection. And now it should be cut it into, but it isn't. So must do it again. First the whole object, then with hold and shift the other object, then edit mode, and then knife projection. Now, good. Then we have a problem. Houston, can you call me? I don't know why that happens. apparently it was no problem. So we simply make it from here, Shift D, and take here the outer part. And scale that down. Then we have that frame shit there. All we need to do is bring that here to the same place and get it back to the forward. Wow, it's completely other. I hate such stuff, but okay. They have no chance, so we live with that what we have. So we now take here the whole back side and bring them near to, so that we only have that left, and that we can use there as the frame out. And we take here the last ones to bring that frame down. I extrude, bring down, such like that. And that should be the end of that. So we have done that mystery door size, such stuff there. You know what I mean. We have done this door. Good. File, save. I don't think that will fit here anytime. But we must look how we made that. We can try here, bring them over. And you see it's completely different. And I think that's only a scaling type. So simply scale that in the X. And then mainly set. And then bring it over. Should fit because we have take the original one, so it must be 1-to-1. That looks better, but not optimum. So we have to bring that here more up, and it's all in all too fat. So I will take here these sides and take here the proportional editing connected and scale X. Now I can roll the middle mouse to get the influence type, and now I can handle how much that influences my whole object. There I can make it smaller, that it fits more from the size, from all that stuff there. And at last take background selection, boot selection, and make that here as long as there. So we have that, but this part is too big for me, really. So we must again tweak there. I have no other chance. So that will be a little bit difficult. Proportionate connecting and scale X. See, we can handle it here, but then it don't follows there, so I get the influence more there. Think that can be good. And then scale X in the whole, and it comes to his original style. but we want to make that smaller, so we take the outer line and simply scale only the outer line, so we must disable the proportional editing. And there we have it. That we can bring down. That should. So that looks better. That is that what we have there in general. Can scale them then all together in the X, Y, Z, and the X for sure. So that's that. That was a long way. An hard way, I think. Yeah, I don't like such stuff too, but sometimes you run into a problem and you must find a way out. There is no other way. Go on and bring it to no end. Good. That should be that dark wood. So we look in our texture folder what we got there. Dark wood. It's too light. That is dark wood. Not the best, but it's okay. Wood 512. So we take that for that material. So we go in and say we need here for the door new material and call it wood. Then it is delete here the diffuse material and set an input texture coordinates, then converter a vector mapping, then a texture image texture, and that was for start UV with vector connecting. We go to texture, then from vector to vector, and last one is add shader, principal shader, bring the color into that, and the surface on the BSDF. So we see this color because we haven't here a picture in it, so we open up here and give them our texture folder and this wood that we see there. So now you see all is brown but no structure is to see. So we take all and view project from view. Now there's all wood on, you see it. You can scale it now here in the UV image editor. Get there a better result. And now we need there this glass material too. So plus, and we take here glass material is there. So we can take here the glasses and assign the glass shader there. So we have that. This one should be also with this brown stuff. So plus, take here wood and assign. We take here again this UV unwrap, but before we must object apply rotation scale, then U unwrap. I think that one is enough. U unwrap, then we take all snap to equal and he makes it like that, and then we rotate 90 degrees, and then it follows the whole object. Good. Sure, there must be an displacement in between. So we see a wood 001 that has no displacement, so you take the image texture as a displacement. Then you see here the 3D effect, but it is too hard. So add converter, math converter between, and take there a multiply and a value of 0.3 for start, later more. Here we take best the wood 0.1, then we don't must do all for 2 times. Good. So we have done that, file save. When we now look here in the renderer, that looks real good. These things, what normally is to do is to bevel all the edges here to get the little light shining that makes it more realistic. I don't know, should I do that? Control B, move, roll. So there we'll see then a little sparkling effect, because nothing is completely straight like these lines. And that looks unreal later. So make it there. All, Control B, move the mouse, roll with the mouse button. So here again. So normally you must do that. Here inside too. Control B, bevel, roll, done. That are the things you must do by every render you do. That are the golden rules. No, there is no material that is so sharp like that, and that can't shade correct from the lighting and all the stuff, because it isn't real. And that is why you should bevel all stuff. You might think, oh, that is too correct, it's like the Germans are, but no, that makes the difference between some good and some bad. And because of that, I say better do that. It was often I asked me why it don't look like the other ones, and that is why. You must think about the little things. That makes the difference. Only the little things. In rough style you can make that all that other do. That is no problem. But if you want to do that perfectly, you must do that little stuff. That is real important. Wow, I think here the whole topology must be applied again. There are some things done. Yeah, some is rotated here, there's much errors in. Okay, well, like it is. We don't want to be too perfectional. Good. So only the other door is to do. So we can Shift D, take the same one here, but make it a little bit smaller, so scale X, such like that. Maybe scale set a little, because the bending must be same. Background selection, word selection, get here the food and bring them more down. Good. So all to make is here the next door. It's the same thing like before with the other. Then the whole house with the cut-ins. So when we look there, it is a 3-stage house. So we can add mesh cube, scale down, scale set, edit mode, Control R, make 2 loops in. So we have a 3-stage house. Take here material 1 is white and plus material 1 is red. That we assign there. So we have that. Good. There must be cut into these 2 pieces there. I think that one must be much near there. You see there's only a small part between. And we must cut in this object here, the house object. And we have to do the roof. So when we look at the satellite, you see the long house and the front is cut out there. So take here this one, scale Y, then Control R, make a middle loop, and Control R, make a breakpoint for the roof there. So that's there. Then we have to disable background selection, take a knife, and go from here till there, cut with spacebar, spacebar. Now we can bring up that one here, and we have that roof type there. Good. So that is done. Then you see we have a little roof on the roof. See tier 2. So that means we can take them also from our first project. I've done that in this folder here, in this file here. So I don't must make all new every time. It's best to do all our house tutorials from that series here and bring the most same objects in one file. Then you can use them fast and easy again. So the roof, bring a little bit more there, a little bit more up. So we have that. Good. So file save. Then we need the holes for the windows there. You see 2 on the top, 1 in the middle. So I take here these guys, normally cubes, and delete some stuff. Then we have that. That should be our windows. But that are very long windows. I see that in a photograph from a tourist there with many spikes. So we have to realize that a little bit. So I would say that all should be scale set and scale in the whole, but then one should come near to the other. So then we give them the red color, so material 01, so we see better the position of them. When we look there, the can be a little bit bigger, so scale X. Nearly, a little bit more, till there. Scale set a little bit more. Yeah, that's it. Then Shift D in the edit mode, bring there the third window in the middle. That one needs a white, so we go with material and take here material white and assign that so we see better to cut. Good. File, save. The cutting objects, scale Y to have more space there. Now object apply rotation scale, the same with the house. Object apply rotation scale. The name of the cutting object is cube. So we go to the house and say boolean with the cube in operation difference apply. Then we have the holes cut in the house. Good. So now the round bows must be cut down there. And there is important, we can't scale them too much because then later that doesn't fit there. So here we take the back face, Shift D, P to separate the selection. Same we do with that one. Shift D, P to separate selection. Now we have here two singular bows. Fuck it. Wireframe mode. Sometimes I really hate this stuff there. It marks what it shouldn't mark and as much. That is the wrong one. I want that one. So bring that more in front. Here's the same, so bring that in front too. Good. Then we go back to material mode. Now we have both of them there and join them together and get it as a cutting object. So you see we will get here little problems. So we take that one and close with F. That's here too. And we have both, close them with F. Oh, that isn't closed there. Then, to close that, we need to get there a subdivide in. So we have here one word more, and this word we connect with this one. That means we don't need that edge anymore, but we need that to merge together, merge at last. Now it is one mesh, and we can have take it. Good, but in this case I really want to make it to one object. It's better for the boolean. So scale Y 0. So, and then we connect here these points, merge at last, and with the down part here too, so that we have only one object there. Merge at last, and these two guys can X dissolve roots, then they disappear without destroying the object. So we have that. This line we don't need to, so we dissolve this edge, and that is the cutting object now. We extrude that completely. That's the cutting object, and we say object apply rotation scale, the same with the house. The name is circle 6. We bring them here till the house and scale that down. I think that can be the size. So it's like that. I think must be a little bit higher, so more like there. And then we take the down part and make them longer. Good. So we must again object apply rotation scale, bring it into circle 6, so house boolean circle 6 difference apply. Let's cut it in. There we can plug in the doors when we finish them. That means we have to open up our mesh. That means we have to take here the windows and bring them more in front, and then X delete only faces. Now it is open up and we can see into the mesh. The same we want for here, so X delete only faces, and it is open up now. Good. File, save. Yeah, the next is to do that door, then the windows, plug them both in, and then texturing, and that we make them next time. So thanks a lot for watching first part. See you in my next part. Thanks a lot. Bye.